Well, today did not go at all the way I thought it was going to, not at all as expected. Hi, I'm Ruth with Unslobify, where I try to unslobify my whole life, especially my house. And this year I am running a full-length marathon in order to apply the principles that I use in training for my marathon to de-hoarding and unslobifying my house. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be doing a short vlog style video as often as I can when I go out for my training runs, just to sort of include you guys and keep you in the loop about how I'm doing with my training and progressing and the lessons that I'm learning. And today's lesson is doing a job imperfectly is better than not doing it at all, because that's exactly what I've had to do with my house and with my running today. This morning, nothing went according to plan. In the afternoon, we had an unseasonable heat wave and it reached 90 degrees. Tonight, my afternoon activities ran late, and now it's after 8 p.m. and it's definitely getting dark out here on these country roads. And I thought to myself, just don't do it. Just don't do it. You can't do the run perfectly tonight. You can't run as far as you want or as long as you want. And maybe it won't be safe. And I started to come up with the different excuses, all the excuses that I can easily overcome if I want to. And then I remembered the words of Fly Lady from back in the day. Do any of you guys remember Fly Lady? She had a saying. It was something like, even housework done imperfectly still blesses your family. And I remembered, hey, I can do this even if it's not perfect, and it's better than nothing at all. And that's exactly what I had to do in my house today when I tried to start my dishes, because I'm trying to be a good girl and apply all the principles that I've learned from Dana over at A Slob Comes Clean, where she says, do your dishes, do your dishes. And I realized, not again. My dishwasher is broken again. That's right, the same dishwasher that is only 18 months old, the dishwasher that just a few short months ago, I spent $400 or $500 to repair once, and now something different is broken. And I thought, I'm just not going to do my dishes. Dana's wrong. I can't do the dishes perfectly. I don't have enough time to hand wash them all. I can't troubleshoot the dishwasher. I can't figure this out. I can't do it perfectly. And then I remembered, doing a job imperfectly is better than not doing it at all. And so that's what I did. I soldiered through. I hand washed the dishes that I could. I found some other solutions. And maybe we'll be using some paper plates for a little while. But I got the dishes done just like I'm getting this run done, even though it's late and it's not the way I wanted it to go and it's not perfect. So today's lesson is, and I still run
Mom,
them.
your walkie-talkie's on.
Yes, but I was trying to record a video over.
Sorry, over.
What was that?
Clothes are so bad.
Oh, you're fine. No, you look completely fine. Are you kidding me? You look great. You guys ready to get moving?
Yeah, it's a really nice evening and that bush is super pretty behind it. It's had some really pretty flowers here in Virginia, and these actually smell really
amazing, don't they?
I just wish I had an
Air freshener.
fountain of like these, you know?
It's huge. This bush is huge and amazing. And sometimes you just have to stop and smell the flowers or roses, or
That is an idiom.
stop and smell the roses. It is an idiom, yeah. It has a meaning beyond just the literal words. They don't just mean stop and smell flowers, but they mean stop and enjoy life. So this week had some real twists and turns, and some of them were sort of expected and some of them were very unexpected. This week I had two events in extremely rapid succession that represented real highs and also real lows. The first event was my son's graduation from high school. This was an incredible high point. I couldn't be more proud of my son, who is graduating from a military academy here in Virginia. He has worked so hard. He has been a cadet there for 4 years, and I couldn't be more proud today as he went through the graduation ceremonies, and he graduated with a 3.2 GPA, and he's grown into such a wonderful young man now. And I was just filled with gratitude and thankfulness as I went to his graduation ceremonies, and they had festivities for the families and a barbecue and an ice cream social, and we spent time with family members. And I felt like I was riding on this incredible high. And then I came home and received absolutely devastating news that same night that a friend of mine, a friend that I grew up with and have remained friends with for over 30 years, suddenly passed away unexpectedly, leaving behind 3 young children. And to come from such a high place with my son's wonderful graduation to receiving this devastating news that brought me to a real low place, all on the same day, felt like whiplash. And one of the things that I've ended up reflecting on in the wake of those 2 experiences is how they impacted my routines, both with my marathon training and my house. And my takeaway there has ended up being that whether you are facing amazing highs or amazing lows in your life, routines can help to ground you if you will just stick with the basics. And that is exactly what I did when I went to the hotel where I stayed overnight for my son's graduation. It was an exciting time and we were out of our routine, and I could have slacked off on my marathon training, but instead I decided to just stick with the basics and get on the hotel treadmill and grind out a couple of miles there, even though I didn't really feel like it, and even though I was out of my element. I decided to just stick with the basics of my running routine and squeeze out about 30 minutes on the treadmill, and that really paid off, and it helped to ground me. And then when I came home and I received terrible news that brought me to a real low place, I also felt like my routine was disrupted. But going back to my running routine the next day or the day after that, I've been running about every other day, allowed me to feel very grounded. And when I felt like I was floundering and I didn't know what to do because I was filled with grief and sadness over the loss of my friend, realizing that my running routine could ground me if I would just stick with the basics really helped me to get through that low point. I ended up doing the same thing in my home. I remember that both Fly Lady and Dana from A Slob Comes Clean recommend just doing your dishes every day. In fact, one of Dana's mantras is do your dishes, do your dishes. And that was really all I managed to do in my home over the last couple of days. But doing that gave us a clean area to work with, as my kids still needed to get up and go to school and prepare lunches, and I needed to prepare meals. And just sticking with that basic routine of doing my dishes really grounded me through this and allowed my family to have some functional space. So I found these basic routines in both my running, in my marathon training, and in my house to be very grounding through some high highs and some low lows over the last couple of days. So thanks for joining me. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm so glad you're coming along with me on this new adventure. I'm so excited about everything that's coming up this year, and running the marathon and training for it and applying the principles in my house. So stick with me and we'll see what we can do.